Well, today is actually Super Bowl Sunday, and I haven't made any appetizer or anything for my channel, but I wanted to make, I'm always hungry for Mexican food, but I have some chicken breasts I got on sale, boneless, skinless, and I think I want to make some chicken nachos and like maybe bake them in the oven, but I'm going to cook my chicken breast in the Instant Pot. And this is kind of the first time I'm doing it, but I've seen a lot of recipes, and I thought I'd put my own spin on it, and I hope you enjoy the recipe, and I hope you enjoy the video, and let's get started. Season my chicken breast a little bit before I put them in the Instant Pot, and my Instant Pot is on saute mode. I think I'm going to just sear them a little bit in the Instant Pot before I actually cook them. And I have like half of a bag of taco seasoning, but I'm going to do that last. I'm going to do some salt, not a lot because I'm using a little chicken stock and it has it's salted, and also I'm going to use some salsa, and it's got some salt in it. But anyway, you can always add some later if you need to. But we always like black pepper. Hope everybody's having a good Super Bowl day. Happy Super Bowl day. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it. You know, New Orleans lost, and I'm from Louisiana, but I mean, I'm not mad or anything. I didn't even really watch that game too closely. This is a little, I'm sorry, that was smoked paprika. This is oregano. I like oregano lately a lot. So let's put some of that on there. You could also put a little oil on your meat before you do this if you want to. I don't find it necessary. Now, this is a little garlic powder. I'm going to put some fresh garlic in the pot as well. So I'm going to just do a little bit of garlic. And this is onion powder. I'm sorry I'm not showing you all the... I'm out of practice. It's kind of... I'm trying to get the videos done more regularly because I'm a little behind. A lot of things have been going on, but I'm sorry that I haven't made as many as I like to. But I'm hoping to start getting back in the routine of things. Let's just put a little taco seasoning on it. And you could also just put some chili powder. Oh, I have to show you. I forgot about a seasoning that I had that I wanted to show you guys. I'm just going to kind of press it to the meat. And I want my Instant Pot to get pretty hot. I have it on the high function. Let's turn this over. Now, let me show you this seasoning I have. And let me see if I can find it first. I need a better organizing system in this cabinet, but it's kind of hard. This is something I found. It's jalapeno chili powder, and it is hot. So I'm only going to put a little bit. Whoops. Uh-oh. Some of it will wash off. Let's put some more taco seasoning. I think that's all I'm going to do for this side. Maybe a little bit more oregano. You can season them however you like. So I'm going to let the Instant Pot get a little bit hotter, and I'm going to use some onions too. And these are probably disintegrate, but I don't mind if they like get mixed in with the chicken. I actually like that. And I'm hoping to develop a sauce with these flavors and with the salsa that I'm going to use and the chicken stock. So let me see if it's hot, and I'll be right back. Pretty hot. And I put just a tiny bit of olive oil and a tiny bit of canola oil because the canola oil does better in high heat. And you could also cut the chicken breast up if you'd like, but I'm just going to shred them after. I'm going to dump the seasoning that fell right into here. Let's see. So let me cook these for probably about, I'm going to probably do about 5 minutes on each side. And when I flip them over, I'll come back and I'll let you see what they look like. This has been about 3 minutes actually, because I don't want to cook them completely. And the reason I'm doing it in the Instant Pot is because I find that they're easier to shred. But you could do this on the stove, the oven, whatever you like. I'm going to go ahead and throw my onions in. This is one pretty small yellow onion. We just like onions a lot, so I'm going to add that. And I'm also going to add some fresh garlic. I'm going to add all of this. This is a whole can of garlic. I'm going to add just probably about 2 or 3 garlic cloves. And the other thing, let's throw this around a little bit. Now, I want to do like bacon in the oven at the end. I've never made really like sheet pan nachos, but I'll tell you, I always want to. My husband doesn't love Mexican food like I do, but today I'm going to make a really good, I'm going to do something with some cheese, lots of cheese. I'm hungry for this. So let this go 3 more minutes, and then I'll show you what else I'm going to add. This is cooked well enough for me. I'm going to add first let's start the salsa first. Okay, this is my favorite kind of salsa. This is a local restaurant, and they're very popular, and they sell their own salsa. But you could use any salsa you like. And this is probably, well, let's measure it to be on the safe side, because I don't want too much liquid. But I love the salsa, and I have an extra jar to put on the top. Okay, let's add a half a cup of this one, because I only have 2 chicken breasts. So now this one, everybody can get this picante sauce, and it's medium, so it's a little spicy. I'm going to add about 1/4 of a cup of this one, just to give it a lot of flavor. Okay, and let me put the lids on. I only have a tiny bit of salsa left. I'm just going to dump it in here. It's like probably a tablespoon left. I'm not going to get rid of it. And let's add a little chicken stock. I'm using Cajun Basics. It's my favorite. I'm going to add about, let's measure this one too. I'm sorry, you can't see what I'm doing, huh? Let's see what a half cup does for us. I might have to add a little bit more. Let me see. And that sauce is a little spicy. Looks pretty good. Let's add a little bit more chicken stock. So in total, we're going to add a cup of chicken stock. I'm going to add a half cup again. And that'll be it for this. Oh, it smells so good already. All the spices. And they got at the bottom of the pot. So you definitely want to scrape that up, because that is good flavor. I do like to add the step of browning them first. I just find it makes a big difference in the flavor at the end. Okay. So, the chicken breasts do not take long in the Instant Pot. Let's press cancel. And I'm going to put the lid on. I love the Instant Pot. I like all pressure cookers though, but I always have trouble putting the lid on. Okay, put it on sealing. And let's do poultry, I guess. Or you could do manual. I'm going to do it. It says 13 minutes. I'm going to leave it at 13. And next, I'm going to show you what cheese I'm going to grate and what we're going to do to prepare the nachos once the chicken's cooking. I'm just going to use my plain old grater. And I'm going to grate a lot of this cheese. And I haven't decided if I'm going to make a cheese sauce and use this. But I have this cheese. You could use Monterey Jack, Pepper Jack, Colby Jack, whatever cheese you like. And I want to use the rest of this cheese I bought a while back. It's okay. It's not my favorite, but it melts well. Good. And I have this one, and I don't know if I'm going to use this one yet. I've never used it before. I've tasted it before, and it's really good. But anyway, I just wanted to show you a variety of cheeses that you can use. And also, if I make a little sauce, I'm going to put a little Velveeta in there because it's so smooth and creamy, but it is, well, all cheese is salty. But I'm just going to, I find that if I grate it on my sheet pan with this parchment paper, it's so much easier to pick up and put in a bowl or a Ziploc bag once I grate it. So let me grate this and get busy with the next step. I set my chips up, and they're not the best chips. It's a big bag of restaurant style, and a lot of them are broken, but it was a huge bag, and I need to use them. They're not my favorite, but they'll do. And I think I'm going to make a little cheese dip, and I'm going to use both kinds. So let's start on the cheese dip. I like to call this a Rotel dip. You could also make your own cheese sauce by making a light blonde roux and developing your cheese sauce that way. But I'm going to use some of this picante sauce, and I'm going to pour, I don't want a lot of, and I hate when it splatters on my stove. Do you guys hate that? I have to wipe it right away. I'll tell you what, when it burns on the stove, it's not the easiest to clean up. So let's do this. Let's add a little bit of milk. So I'm going to heat this up really well, and I'm going to add a little bit of milk. And then I have about the Velveeta that you have that's separated by blocks. This one, I'm probably going to use most of it. You can always save the rest for later, or, well, that's the Instant Pot. Sorry about that. So let me heat this up, and then let me cube up the cheese, and we'll melt it. And I'm turning my fire way down. And I'm going to start with just 2 blocks, because I'm going to add a little bit of cheddar to this too. I just kind of want it a little thin, just to drizzle over the chips. I don't mind if the chips get a little soft. I kind of like it, actually. Those chips are pretty hard. But I just cut it up so it'll melt faster. And you can always add more cheese, more liquid. rotel used to be one of my favorite dips, but I don't make it that much anymore because Velveeta is just so salty. I don't eat it very often. So let's melt this. And next we're going to open the Instant Pot. It smells so good. That's going to be really good. You can make burritos or anything you want, really. But it should be tender enough to shred. That's one thing I like about things. And I like the way the onions look in here, too. I think I'm going to simmer this sauce for a second and let my chicken cook in it for a little while before I turn it off. So let me turn this off. I always forget how to turn it off and put it on saute, and I'm gonna taste it. But let me make sure the chicken, and I'll be right back. Conte sauce is pretty spicy. I think it needs a little bit more taco seasoning. I'm gonna put just maybe a teaspoon. I'm gonna just, you know, if you season just a little bit at a time, taste, season, taste, you get it exactly like you want it. I'll let this cook a little while, and make sure the chicken sauce is boiling pretty hard. That's okay, because we want it to reduce a little bit. And it needs, this also will flavor the chicken a lot better, because these are thick breasts. So once it's shredded, you get way more seasoning covering the meat. It's going to be really good. And my cheese is just about melted. I don't want to burn that over here. I'm trying to do two things at once. Some days I'm good at it, some days I'm not. I'm going to turn the cheese off. I might add a little cheddar to it, but I'll show you. So you want to make sure the chicken's shredded very, very well for nachos. And I need to adjust this a little bit, I find. I'm going to add a little bit more taco seasoning. And it's not salty at all, so I don't mind, but I like to add a little bit at a time because it will get too salty on you sometimes. So I didn't even use a whole pack of taco seasoning yet. So I'm going to cook this a little while. And I'll tell you what else it needs. And this might sound crazy to some people, but when I use cooked tomato products, I have to have a tiny pinch of sugar just to kill the acid taste. I use it almost every time I make something with tomatoes. And this is, look, not even a whole teaspoon. It's maybe a half. And I think that's going to be just right for this. Let me stir it. Okay. I reduced it quite a bit, and it's only been about 5 minutes. But I went ahead and added the rest of my pack of this taco seasoning. If you can see this. This was about half of a pack total, and you could probably use a whole pack. Because if you have two big chicken breasts, you know, you like to season it to your taste. But I want a little bit of liquid, so I'm going to cook this for a couple more minutes. Check on the cheese sauce. Let me stir it. I have made a mess today. I need to turn the fire back on here just for a second. I didn't want to burn it, so I turned it off. Because you want to stir that. It will burn. And you want to stir this one. It's almost where I want it. So once it gets there, I'll be right back. Turn this off. So in total, I'll probably do this about 10 minutes. So this is just perfect for us. And if you want it less liquid, just cook it a little longer and it will reduce. But the chicken's nice and flavorful. And I'm going to let this cool off just a pinch. Got to turn my oven on. And let me show you the cheese sauce. The cheese sauce. I'm going to just sprinkle the cheddar at the end. And this is thin enough. I just want to, I don't know, not sprinkle it, but just pour some over the nachos. So we're almost ready to bake. Here's the chips. I can't even say chips. And here's the chicken mixture. And I'm just going to, I don't want to make you watch the whole time because it's going to be a little tedious. I'm going to just try to cover each chip with a little chicken. So I'm going to cover this. And then I'll show you, I'll come back and show you what I'm going to layer next. I decided to put a little bit of black beans. And this is a can of black beans, and I've rinsed them well and drained them. And I'm just going to put, I'm not going to use the whole can. I'm just going to put a few. Ella likes black beans, but she doesn't love them. So I'm just going to put a little bit for extra protein. And the chicken breast is lean. So it's not, the only thing that's bad really is the cheese and the chips, but you got a splurge on Super Bowl Sunday. let's see. And I don't love black beans, canned black beans myself, but I like to cook dry black beans, which I haven't done yet in the video. But we make them like Cajun black beans. They're really good. Okay, that's good for that. Now, I'm gonna take this. It's got a little thick, and I'm just gonna try to have patience and just kind of drizzle it. That's the word I was looking for a while ago. I couldn't remember the word drizzle. I'm just gonna drizzle it like this, and then I'm gonna top the rest with some cheddar. You could use any kind of cheese you like, or you could just use cheddar for that matter. And I probably won't use all of this, but I will save it for dip. So we're just gonna put a little bit of this. Kind of take your time and get a little bit on each chip and each bite, actually is what I want to say. These are going to be so good. And my ovens, I just put it on 350, by the way. And you could put as much cheese as you like. It's your nachos. You could put, I have some jalapenos too, but I want to tell you that the picante sauce that I used is quite spicy. So you may want to use something else if you don't like spice. And the sauce I use is a little bit spicy, but not as spicy as the picante sauce. But it's a good flavor. I do like this cheese though. And I'm sure we're going to top it with maybe some lettuce and some sour cream. Okay. That's probably enough. I'm going to use some of this cheddar that I grated. It's kind of warm today in the kitchen. I think it's like 70, 71 outside. I don't know. I don't know what the temperatures are around the country. I don't know if it's still cold. I haven't watched the news, but it's warm here. Okay, let's do this. And let me get one more thing. I went ahead and put a little bit more of the cheese sauce that I made. And this is a fresh jalapeno that I chopped up, and I didn't take the seeds out. And I'm going to try to just get the little pieces and just put a couple or a few for looks, really. And we like the taste. I think Ella and I have been into spicy food. I think we're going to be okay eating this today. It's going to be so good. I can't wait. Okay. So all I'm going to do is stick this in the oven, probably for about 10 minutes, and get it real nice and melting. And then I'll bring you back. Here they are. I baked them for about 7 minutes, but you can see all the cheese is melted. They're just right. And I want the fresh jalapeno just to have a little bit of crunch. And my parchment paper trick didn't work today because I had put so much on the nachos it stuck to my pan. But let me let this cool off for a second, and then we'll do a taste test. Well, here they are. I'll tell you, this is pretty easy to make. I'm just going to, and I actually like when the chips get a little bit soft. But like I said, if you don't like that, then make sure you cook all the liquid out of your chicken, or not put as much when you cook it. I'm just going to have to use my hand, guys. Sorry about that. But we taste them. These are so good. And I really like the beans. I mean, you could either put the Velveeta or the cheddar, or both, like me, because we love cheese so much. And we splurged today. It's so delicious. Very easy, but yet so tasty. We love Mexican food. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I didn't ramble on too much. I'm so sorry if I did. But thank you so much for watching. And please subscribe if you haven't for new delicious recipes. And I'll see you next time. Bye.